All right, you fucks. Yeah, immediately just demonetize if we're going to monetize. So
There
fuck
you
it.
go.
That's right. Fuck it. Masculine Geek number 150 live stream D&D game. Live stream D&D game session number 26, I think.
20 something.
Session 26. So without further ado, I'm kicking this over to the rational DM, Mr. Raul Tomasi.
Yeah, I didn't have any time to go promote this. I had to do one show before I came on.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Here, since nobody's in the chat, big announcement. I'm going to go on with Michaela Peterson tomorrow.
Holy shit. Her show or yours?
You only get that here. That's first announcement right here.
That's also okay. That should be interesting. Yeah. When is it?
Tomorrow at 10 a.m. my time, which is Pacific time. It's not a live stream. She's just I'm recording it on Zoom, but I'm going to go on her show and we'll see how much of it actually makes it on her show. But yeah, it's interesting. You guys know I was in Dallas for Elijah Schaefer's shows and stuff like that, and she actually got in touch with me when I was in Miami, and so she upped the schedule as soon as I got back from Dallas, and she started taking me seriously. So, cool. But I'll tell you what was really surreal is like I think it was Myron must have given her my number. And so I'm looking at my phone and I'm like, I had this text message from somebody I don't know. I was like, "Hi, this is Michaela Peterson." I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here! Who is this?" Mm-hmm. But no, I'm gonna.
Like, you're fucking with me.
So yeah, which one of you jerks I hang out with is trying to pull a fast one? So
yep. I expect I'll be run up the flagpole quite a bit, but I don't know. I think I did pretty well on You Are Here. With Sydney and the lesbian Jewish feminist that was on with me. And
the lesbian Jewish feminist? What's a combination? That sounds interesting.
Yes, but she's right. But she's right wing.
Yeah, she's very popular in conservative
that doesn't mean shit.
I know. So you got to put that in the mix, though, right? Oh boy, no, but she was kind of fun, kind of a fun show because once I sort of like let her, speak her piece, then I laid into her, and I thought it was actually a pretty good exchange.
Do you have a link for that you can send us?
Oh yeah. You didn't see that? Oh, you got to see.
No, I didn't see that. I'd be interested in hearing that.
Tom's already making clips of it for me right now, but that's the beauty of like doing those 2-hour shows on like big channels. Like that's on the Blaze, by the way, which is like that's like Glenn Beck's like.
Yeah.
So you guys know, yeah, it's bigger than just like, oh hey, we got this new podcast going. No, it's Glenn Beck, and and I think PragerU in some way is associated with it too. I don't know. I think
they advertise.
Yeah. Oh, well, I know Allie Beth Stuckey is part of the Blaze as well too, and she used to be, or maybe she still is. PragerU. They're TradCons and stuff, but they're taking.
That's probably why I don't know who they are.
I do. Yeah, me too. But no, I know who Elijah was. Elijah actually hit me up a few times, but
Elijah Wood.
He's good. No, Elijah Schaefer.
I'm just fucking around.
He's fun. He's actually a cool dude. I hope I can go out there and do it again with him because
cool.
Now I know what I'm getting into. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so where were we? We were let's see. I've got Boyd. Okay, so Amos is not with us. What about is TJ coming?
TJ's got a poison eye. He's not joining us.
Poison eye.
I keep thinking of Kumar, who does the Egyptian magician from
it's a mountain cat.
It's a mountain cat. Poison eye. I work with one cobra. It took my eye. It took my eye.
Was TJ looking for love and was TJ looking for love in all the wrong places? Is that what happened?
I don't know. He just says he's got a fucred up eye right now.
That's right. So. I guess you made me an admin, so I can actually share my screen from here.
You are a co-host.
Let me put this. Then where is my window? There it is. And here we go.
That's right, Jerky Boys.
Jerky Boys. All right, so this is where you guys were last time. Oh man, it's too bad. TJ's gonna really regret this session.
Because he almost died because we killed that fucker and it fell on top of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's right.
You know what?
He keeps getting monsters on top of him.
Yeah,
maybe that's
he likes getting large monsters laying on top of him. Yes.
So TJ's the bottom is what we've established in multiple gaming sessions.
TJ's he's the catcher.
Let me scooch in a little bit here. There we go.
Should have worn eye protection.
All All right.
Right.
So last we were together. Aldemar, you guys dragged Aldemar out from under the now dead ogre, which is what that was. And so he is like convalescing right now. Rothos, you were right here.
And
Did Amos come back in? Amos,
he's right here. Good to see you, Amos. Been a while.
All right, my friends. And then Duncan was over here. You were raising Lupo from the dead.
Yes.
Correct.
Last we checked. And I did roll for system shock, and he is like hanging on for dear life right now.
Life thread.
But you brought him back, but he's still kind of out. And as you bring him back, Gray, you'll notice that you notice because you're the only one doing this, because it's a ritual. You got to like spend your time to do this. And you notice that the holy symbol, that trident that's around his neck, has a faint kind of bluish glow around it as you're like raising him. And you managed to bring him back from the dead, and he is at 1 hit point right now, and he's really out of it, and he's pretty much charred from that lightning bolt that Rothus decided to unleash on the guy. And Grot, you're right. Actually, I should put Grot over here because Grot pulled out Aldemar. Blodgett, you're just kind of like watching all this unfold, and Duncan is patiently watching at the door here just to make sure that what he was hearing before isn't coming back. So that's where we left you guys last time. And you have the now dead I mean, he's just shy of the height of a hill giant, but he's an ogre. Sure.
I would like to cast Mass Healing Word. Basically, call out words of restoration up to 6 creatures of my choice that I can see with a range. Regain hit points equal to 1d4 plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which is 7.
Okay, you will give me 1 second while I switch over. I have my iPad here, and I have lots of good things like the spell lists of all this.
Okay.
There we are. What are you passing? What are you casting?
Mass Healing Word.
Let's see.
And again, when we set this up, I know we're doing 1E rules, but I was using a 5E character builder, so
that's fine.
Let me know if you want me to substitute any of these spells.
Okay. No, I just want to look at this. Is actually very nice. It's great to have this little thing going here. Now I got this. I got my monsters. I got everything. Yeah, I prepared myself. Okay, so it's Mass Healing Word. It's 60 feet. So you can catch pretty much everybody.
So let's see.
Mass Healing Word.
Cool.
Grot, Aldemar,
I'm done.
Rothos, and Duncan. So I should be able to cast on everybody.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah,
and my badger.
And the badger. Yes.
And my badger.
Is there enough for the badger?
Blodgett, roll me a d4. Take
3.
There's your luck points, my friend.
All right.
Is Duncan wounded?
No, actually, he's not wounded.
Then I'll cast it on the badger.
No, he came in after the lightning bolt had been cast by Rothos.
Okay. So he was smart.
Okay. The badger is actually not injured, so let's see. As you call out restoration, let's see. 1d4 plus your spellcasting modifier, and regain hit points 1d4. I guess it's for all of these dudes. So plus your spellcasting ability modifier, which is what? Plus
7.
Plus 7. Okay. And I will
level 6, and I get high wisdom here. So
okay. So
19 wisdom.
Okay, so you are plus 7 for your thing. So that's 7 plus. I'm going to roll this right here.
Okay.
7 plus 2. So everybody gets an additional 9 hit points back.
Okay, I got 38 from 57.
And I would also like to bring the glowing amulets to Rothos' attention and ask if he knows anything about it.
Okay.
Or does Rothos...
Do I know anything about it?
Yes. Amos, does Rothos know...
Actually good. 62.
I don't know if you like detect good or evil would work on something like this, but a
If
little
I had that
concerned.
spell,
I am concerned that Gray talking to Rothas, I am concerned about this amulet and this tome that Lupo has been studying. He seems odd. Something is
There's
more
no
odd than
in the boy.
usual about his behavior.
I mean, I'm proficient in Arcana checks. I don't know if that.
Mhm.
Should I
You
roll?
could, yeah, go ahead. If he's asking you, well, you'd have to go over to. Let me move Blodgett out of the way and push you over here.
Yeah, because something's not right with Lupo.
Yeah.
Other than being Crispy. Maybe Crispy can be his nickname now.
Yeah. Well, it seems to. Go ahead, Rothos. Give me your before I say anything. Just roll the d20.
Yeah, I rolled a 9.
Yeah. You know that the amulet is some sort of like holy symbol, but that's nothing that Gray didn't already know as well.
Yeah.
Let's not without. Well, obviously you can tell that there's some sort of magic dwemer that's on the. It's not really an amulet. He just sort of made it an amulet. It was like a holy symbol that he just kind of wrapped a chain around and put around his neck.
Do I even recognize who is the symbol for?
No, not with a 9. You don't. And actually, Gray would know before. So that's the amulet. Do you wanted to look at the what's left of the tome that he has?
Sorry for the tome.
So you don't know about that.
I mentioned it to him, and was it burned when he was electrocuted, or is it still in?
No, it's still in pretty good shape, actually. Well, I mean, for what it is, because remember, it's only like half a book, right?
Yeah, I hand it to Rothas.
Okay. Do you want me to roll again?
Yeah, you can roll again.
Is that it? Natural 1.
Wow, you know nothing about it. It slips out of your hand and falls back down onto the ground. Let's see. How can I do a fumble for like trying to clutch a book?
Trying to read. It's just gibberish.
Say that. You know what, Rothas? You get a
You're
headache.
holding it upside down. Here, turn it this way.
No, Rothas, you get a headache from looking at the words in the book.
Oh shit.
Ah. So I hand it back to Gray, like
This gives me a headache.
it gives me a headache trying to read it. I couldn't even make out the words.
I'm going to put it in my pack and hold on to it for Lupo for now.
Okay.
Is Lupo conscious now that
He's after the healing word, he's back on his feet, and he's now. Well, we got 9, so now he's got 10 hit points. So he's. I mean, you don't know that, but he's got 10 hit points, and he's back up on his feet again. Well, he's not on his feet, but he's just sort of like he's kind of woozy and dazed.
I tell him that I'm concerned for him, and I'm also concerned about the amulet that he's wearing. And when I cast the ritual I'm not going to tell him that he was dead. I'm going when I was healing you, I noticed something strange about it, and I am concerned that it might have magic that could be helpful, but it could be harmful as well. And I would prefer that you not hold on to it until we know more about it. And so I don't order, but I ask him if he will hand it to me.
Okay. He's kind of looking, or he's still kind of dazed as you're doing. He doesn't even look like he understands what you're saying to him. As he's kind of on his like elbows and like trying to push himself up, and he's sort of looking around. And I guess you gave the book. You have the book, or who wrote us?
I have the book. I put it in my pack.
Okay, so you have it in your pack. Yeah, he just kind of reluctantly gives you the holy symbol with the chain around it.
Okay. I'm going to.
He's not really saying much right now. He's just sort of like,
I'm going to pull the book out again, and because I know that there were images of the holy symbol in there. I'm going to see if I can find the page where the holy symbols were and put something from my pack in there, a piece of string or whatnot to mark it. And then I will put both of them in my pack.
Okay. All
make
right.
sure that they're secured and that they're together.
Mhm.
Maybe tie them together, the book or the tome and the
Mhm.
amulet with a string, just so that they're
Mhm. Okay.
not going to be loose there.
It's written. Actually, roll me a d20 real quick.
4.
Okay. Well, okay. You do. I'll give you this. You don't really understand because there's bits and pieces of it, anyways. Because remember, it's like half a book, and half of it was damaged, anyways, when you guys found it in the previous adventure. But it seems like Lupo understands the writing in it, and but when you're looking at it, you can tell that it's like it's what's known as Elder Common. Okay, so it's like it's a common tongue, but it's also an alignment tongue from the old world. Remember, you guys are sort of in a post-apocalyptic world as it is, but it's old common or elder common, but it's also it's in an alignment language that you don't understand. But it doesn't look. You don't get a negative like vibe from it. It's just kind of strange. And again, you rolled a 4, so you're like, you don't really. You're kind of, it gives you a headache too.
Oh shit!
But nothing magical. Just sort of like it's kind of like you get a migraine looking at it.
So I'm lawful good, and I get a headache looking at this. But this is a alignment language, and Lupo was fine reading it.
Yes.
Okay. I don't think I have any way to check his alignment here. Would I know?
Blodgett and Grot, I need you guys to roll me a d20. Go ahead, continue, Gray.
Would I know that this was an alignment language, or is it just this is old or Elder Common that I'm having difficulty reading?
See, the thing about Elder Common is there are certain words that are like, I guess, what do you call it when there's a word that's sort of like from English that's cognate. There's certain words in there that are cognates with like modern
nomins.
Yeah, so you can sort of pick up like just a smattering, or like it's kind of like reading Latin and then knowing Spanish and knowing the root of the word. Kind of thing. Yeah.
Is this the book that he tried to have me read?
Yes, same one.
And Rollo, I rolled a 2. Greg got a 2.
All right, Blodgett, what'd you get?
16.
Okay. Blodgett, you think you hear motion or something like passed by in the hallway, and you see Duncan kind of look at you at the same time, like you heard it and he heard it too.
Okay.
But the door is closed. You got it closed and bolted, or bolted, but you got it closed back up.
Mm-hmm.
So you think something or someone must have blown by the hallway.
All right, I'll move over by the door with Duncan and consult with him if he saw something before he came in. All
right, Grot, you see them do this. Actually, I need to roll for Aldemar since.
How much bigger is this ogre than Grot?
Bloody eye. Much.
Okay, so we couldn't dress Grot up as the ogre.
Actually, I can give you the exact height if you would like. Sure. Let's see. It is since I've got this going here. Where?
Yeah, I'm only 6'2".
Let's see. How are they? He's about 11 feet tall.
Holy fuck nuts.
So
yeah. Yeah, like I said, just this side of a hill giant.
I have stone giant strength, but I don't have the height.
Okay.
Right. So he probably weighs a good, like, depending on how stocky he is, anywhere from 12 to 15, 1,600 pounds.
He's a big boy, yes.
And
he's probably half a ton and crushed the fuck out of Aldemar.
He fell on Aldemar.
And I don't know why Aldemar was half dead.
Fuck. Okay, yeah, I'm just thinking that. I was thinking like 8-something feet, but that tall, if he had fallen on Aldemar, that would be
that'd be bad.
Yep.
I'm a little fuzzy on the whole good bad thing.
Okay. Blodgett, Duncan, you guys are at the wall or at the door there. let me see. Hold on a second. Aldemar did not hear it, but Grot and Aldemar, you see Blodgett and Duncan look like they move suddenly towards the door.
I'm gonna kick the ogre one last time for good measure because I'm pissed, and then
his belly just jiggles around.
Nice.
Have we
Piece
searched
of
him
shit.
for gold?
And his
yet.
chest
True.
is blown open.
Nice. I'm gonna as much as Grat can whisper. What you hear at door?
Not sure. Someone's moving past. I was asking Duncan if he had seen anyone before coming in.
You see light, Duncan, or just hear someone?
No, something just went by. That's all. He said
okay.
the same thing. Someone or something to see. Something just went by.
I think we should search his desk, search everything that he's got in here, because he obviously he was expecting somebody,
Some kind of supervisor or some shit.
So
some middle management fuck.
Well, he did presume you were. And Duncan will just say this. He did presume you guys were slavers when you came in there.
Holy shit!
At least you think you did.
I'm wondering if we would be able to even prop him up in the chair and turn the table back over.
With his blown out chest, yeah, that's gonna work.
We could lay him slumped on the table like he's drunk or something.
Grat have great idea. We leave room and just shut door and leave room as is.
It's weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
We'll just drag him around with us.
With an 11-foot, 1,200-pound
Grat no drag that smelly shit.
We put him on a wagon, and we just, if anybody questions us, he's had too much to drink, and we're bringing him home.
Don't mind the foul smell.
No, Grat think that bad idea.
No, but we should search the desk and his papers.
That good idea.
Also, that sword. Is his sword too big for either Grot or Duncan?
Grot would probably be the only one who could use it. It is, for his size, it's a bastard sword. For Grot, it would probably be a two-handed sword.
That's pretty much what I already have now,
and
so I don't
it
need it.
is the only thing that's unique about it is it has a kind of a hook to the end of the pommels or like the guard on it anyways. That looks like it's been specially made, and you're not really sure exactly what it would be for, but it looked like you probably hook a weapon with it or something. I mean, you're proficient with weapons enough to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yes. And then of course there is that gigantic bow that is hanging on the back wall that you guys noticed when you first came in there. I'm being nice and giving that one back.
Would Aldemar be able to
actually?
pull that?
The table, by the way, is over on its side because you threw it on top of you guys in the beginning.
Yeah.
And so the only papers that you find were like contracts, like
the ones that we signed,
and like in the most basic bonehead primitive, like I promise to pay X amount of dollars for slaves.
Okay. Are there any names that we can read that we might recognize on these?
No, they're just like contracts or something like that.
I'm just wondering if there's anything that I see that we should bring back with us.
Nothing specific. In fact, the crates that you guys are next to are empty.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's nothing in the desk of any consequence, nothing in the crates.
Well, the desk is like in splinters right now, but there's nothing in there anyways.
Does he have a coin purse or anything on his person?
Nope.
Okay.
So the only thing of value really on him is that you can actually use. I mean, you could take the bastard sword, but it's not. There's no magical dwemer on it at all. So it's very nicely made. And then there's the gigantic bow, the big black bow that's hanging on the back wall, which is right over here, this area.
All right. Does Grot know how to use a bow?
He's not really proficient with bows. I mean, he probably could learn, but Grat no care. Grat hand-hand combat. Grat no care about bow arrow. I'm not grabbing that.
Could Aldemar draw it even?
It's still hanging on the back wall.
I'm just thinking for a thing that size, his draw would probably be so long and so many pounds that
That's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
Could a human even use that? Or is it a human bow that he just has? Or is it a bow for an ogre?
Missile. It looks like it's an ogre-sized bow.
You could.
It looks very finely made. It is out of
down on your
black wood as well.
You could sit and you could hold it with your feet and draw it back with both arms.
I should say that also there's a quiver of.
That's strategic.
There's about like 10 arrows in the quiver as well.
Well, Aldemar keeps ending up on his back anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but usually unconscious. But I get where you're going with that.
The bow is about, let's see, what's Aldemar? Even if Aldemar is like 6 feet, it's probably about a 10-foot bow. Well, it's. I don't think you'd be able to. Well, I mean, he could do it, but I doubt he has the strength to. I mean, you could use it, but it's. I don't. Aldemar in no way would have the strength to draw it.
He wouldn't care about it either.
Yeah. But it does look pretty powerful. You're lucky he didn't use it on you.
Yeah.
Would have been tough in this closer quarters, but
remember in Lord of the Rings when Boromir gets shot with the arrows from Lurtz?
Yeah.
Like think that like but with a bow
okay.
about 10 or 11 feet tall.
Huger, well, like a larger arrow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So there you are, Blodgett. You're at the door, and Duncan's at the door, and Aldemar is looking at the bow, shaking his damn head. So you guys are there. Lupo's back on his feet. He's, he looks like he can, he's kind of cracking his neck a little bit. He's like, okay. Like,
I walk up.
He asks you what happened because he has no memory beyond just the fact that he just got shocked and set on his ass. And
I walk up to Lupo. I put my hands on his shoulders, like facing him.
Mm-hmm.
I am so sorry.
He's like, what? And then he looks down at his chest and he's like kind of like charred on the front of his chest right there. But when you hit him, remember he has a chainmail shirt on too. So
is it like a charred piece, like blown out of the?
It's blackened, just like pretty much everybody else was. I think Aldemar got squished, but if anybody was in the blast area caught it. So that's where you guys are at. Let me push him over here.
All right, I'm gonna go gather up the badger.
All right, Badger's with you.
Just have him under my left arm.
Let me link you with the Badger. There.
That's fucking awesome.
Now the Badger comes with you. All right.
What did you have before? You had the stuffed bear?
I was pulling around the stuffed bear, Sid.
Yeah. Now you have the badger.
You and your pets. Well, you did have a face spider if you don't remember that part.
I tried to smash it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't you. That was Rothos.
The Rothos had the spider.
All right, you guys are there, and let's see. All right.
All right, I'm going to listen to see if it sounds quiet out in the hallway.
You've been ticking around for about 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes so far. Like, Lupo, 10 minutes, Lupo shaking it off and everything. So you're there. You've only heard outside the door, Blodgett, you've only heard one thing, which was the passing. And the only reason you heard it was because of your hobbit ears.
Okay.
What did your hobbit ears hear?
Just someone moving past. All right. Well, if the coast sounds clear, let's slowly crack open the door, get a look out, see what we've got, and start moving out and continuing on.
Mm-hmm.
Great, agree.
Do we find any? Because I'm assuming that there were coins and that she probably had some sort of money. Was anything else on the table?
There's no. Oddly enough, there's no money in this entire, and he doesn't have anything on him.
I'm also going to kick him in the balls.
Okay, you do.
It's fascination with balls.
There you go. That's what you get for kicking him in the balls.
Nice.
That's what he gets for making us go through all this trouble and not even having some gold on him.
I'm gonna step towards Blodgett to just follow him as he's gonna try to listen in as well.
Blodgett's next to the door. Duncan's next to the door.
I'm right
And
behind you guys.
that's about now. The door opens inward, so you're gonna have to like open it towards you.
Not a problem. Take a peek out and see what we see.
Okay. You don't see anything. There is still, oddly enough, there are not torch brackets, but there are from where where you were anyways, and there is dim light coming from this end over here and coming from down this away as well from where you saw. Like you can see just a faint little bit of light, maybe somebody was lighting torches or some sort of bracket kind of thing that was going on there.
Well, there was a woman cooking back down there, so there's some people that are back that way.
Right, but there are also a couple of rooms we didn't check, or
pretty much
one right across that we didn't check out.
This is where the fighting was. Grot was in there with Lupo.
I was in there with Lupo, and then Aldemar came in for a little bit.
We didn't check the other door, though.
Right.
We have not. No, it might be a good idea to check that southernmost door. It's down the ways.
That sounds like a plan.
Let's go.
All right.
Okay. So who's going out?
I will.
All right.
I'm going to stay close to Lupo, keep an eye on him. He doesn't seem... Something's off.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to stand guard by the corner of that hallway that goes out to the right there.
Up
like
here?
up on the right about just to keep guard.
Okay. Rothos, where do you want me to put you?
I'm gonna come right up behind Blodgett, and I'm gonna just whisper to him, if we need any cover, I could probably make myself look like the gnome.
Okay, great. Where are you going? What are you going to do?
I am going to make sure that Lupo stays close by, and I am going to try to stay close to Duncan and Grot so that we have some cover just in case things go sideways.
All right.
I just tell Lupo to stay close. Does he seem to be a little bit more with it now?
Oh yeah, he's conscious and seems like on his game. He's definitely been shaken for a loop, but he's lit the bullseye lantern once again, and has it on the pole. He's being a good link boy,
As well, he should.
and he also has the pack as well that is holding some of your loot. All right, Grot and Blodgett, roll me a d20.
Oh, nice. 17 on the new die.
All right.
13.
Okay. And actually, Rothos, you roll me a d20 too.
Oh shit.
7.
Okay. Grot, you smell what smells like cooking, like maybe like barbecue or something. Like there's something smells good coming from down this away. And Blodgett, when you came out, you caught a whiff of it too.
Whiff.
A whiff of it as well. Blodgett, looking down this away, you can see that there is a faint light or faint glow, like maybe it's torchlight, but that wasn't there before when you came down through here. It is now, so there's a little bit of light coming from that way.
Okay.
And it seems to be radiating up in like this away, like maybe
right.
somebody lit those torches along the brackets.
All right. I'll since I see Gray over by the door, I'll kind of point that way and let him know someone's been lighting torches.
Yeah, he gets the picture.
Okay.
I also inform him that Rothos thinks he can turn into the gnome if we need him to.
Okay.
Although if he does that, like he pulls rug, casts fire and lightning, we may want to rethink this.
Yeah.
We'll wait and see what happens.
Stop setting fire to party.
Yes. Duncan smells it too, and Aldemar smells it too. There's something stinky and delicious coming from down the hallway.
Meat's
Crap,
back
man,
on the
pussy.
menu, boys.
Okay, Grot.
What gives?
Actually, Grot, you would see a little bit more down this way.
Yeah, I've got some infravision.
Well, I mean, the light is spoiling it from where Lupo's at right now.
Okay.
But I will
That's
give you a
true.
little bit. You can see a little bit more this way. So.
Can we are they cooking something? I mean, can we look in and see if they're?
Well, it's coming down the hallway, not from under the door.
Oh, is it? It's coming from. Isn't that where they were cooking before?
No, down south.
That was south.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming. You can
orc
definitely tell it's coming from this direction. Even the badger can smell it.
Yeah, I already ate that food. Remember?
Yeah, it's coming from where we're going, not where we were.
Yeah.
Okay. Just thinking as cover, if we took, well, I don't know. Let's say if they're cooking, if it's just cooks, if we went back and we took a few pounds of meat off of that ogre, we could pretend to be delivering it for the stew or whatever. They wouldn't know where it came from.
Let me tell you something. Like whenever I do this show and I DM this game, I'm like, okay, what's crazy shit?
What dumb shit are they going to think of?
What crazy shit I can prepare for?
If we take his intestines and
I
wrap
am
them around our head,
never prepared for it.
Actually,
we set fire to everyone's genitalia.
Jeffro is 100% right. Just let the players create. You're right, Jeff. I concede. Yes, Jeffro, you are right.
Just thinking about how we can make use of the resources available.
You can't guess. Let's cut meat off.
Yeah. Can Rothos run back into that office?
So Duncan looks at you and he goes, what the fuck are you talking about?
Gret think that bad idea. Let keep moving.
They'll think we're just delivering the meat for the soup.
He's like smelling this wonderful scent from down the hallway. He's like,
all right.
What did you say?
Follow
I'll just follow their lead and I tell Lupo to stay close.
Follow Gret.
Can Rothos run back quick to grab some of those papers
that are under the table? That are under
the
sure
basic contract stuff.
I'll
run back and grab a stack and kind of make it look organized enough. Like I'm.
There's at least 3. So there's like 4 pieces of paper there. And
so I'll grab them quick.
But yeah, it's not. You're not going to cast it. You're not going to use it for any spells. But you can.
No.
Yeah.
I could use it as making myself look official. Like if someone questions us, I got these contracts. Then running over.
By the way, it looks like natural paper, like maybe it was like papyrus or some shit like that. I don't know.
The best font.
Yes. With the OS. Yes. Okay. So you go back in, you grab it, and everybody else is kind of wondering what the hell you're doing.
So I'm grabbing the papers and I go, if I ever need to look like someone else, I might as well look official enough with these papers.
All right. So you got papers. Papers, please.
Papers.
All right. You're there in the hallway. Grot, roll me a d20, and I got to roll for Aldemar.
10.
Okay. You think something's moving in the darkness out in front of you. In fact, you see just a slight hint of heat coming at you, and the badger gets into sort of an attack, a defensive posture, and kind of does this thing.
All right. I've got my
Aldemar is kind of looking down, like he's seeing something that's in the darkness. That's coming out down this way, but again, it's you can still sort of make out a silhouette or a figure, and out of it comes from down the hallway what looks like a very large pig or a wild boar of some sorts.
What?
And it looks at you, and it kind of sniffs sniffs the air at you guys for half a second, and it looks at you guys, and you can hear it go. You know how pigs go. Yeah.
So it is a wild boar, or it looks sort of like a
It
wild
looks.
boar.
It's definitely. Well, you're not there to see it.
You're not there,
Okay.
goddammit.
So, but Grot, the Badger, and Aldemar see what looks like a wild boar, and it's not super huge. It looks like a regular size, whatever a regular size wild boar is. And then it snorts at you, and it shoots back down the hallway.
All right.
And then Grot, roll me another d20.
All right. 17 again.
Okay. And Aldemar. Okay. You hear it kind of squeal a little bit, and then it kind of scuffles off.
That's weird. I wonder if they're. Did it look? Grat's been around a little bit. Did it look like some kind of war pig, or did it look like it was bred for? Did it look like it was bred for eating?
It looked like it didn't have any armor on, if that's what you're wondering.
Exactly.
No, it didn't look like some chaos mutant thing. It's just it looked like a wild boar.
All right.
Of course, now I have a Black Sabbath song in my head.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna place the badger on the back of my backpack over my shoulder.
Okay.
And I'm going to draw my two-handed sword and slowly move my way down that hallway. And I say over my shoulder, follow Grat. Grat, no more fucking around. We follow
How
pig.
far do you want to go down?
Maybe about 20 feet. Follow Grat.
Okay, so Duncan comes up. Rothos, what do you want to do?
I am staying kind of in their shadow, so I'm not seen by. I'm trying my best to not be seen by anyone down the hall in case I have to quickly
turn into
the gnome. Like I could just jump ahead and be like, "Hey,
what do you want to do?"
I look at Gray and point toward the one door, and it's like, are we just going to leave that room uninvestigated?
I think we should take a peek at least.
Okay. I'll head toward the door then.
Okay. So you're going down here, Gray,
Yeah.
and you're following Blodgett?
Yes, I'm going to follow Blodgett.
All right, Lupo's going to stick around right there to follow you. Okay, Grot.
I don't see the heat signature of that fucking pig anymore, do I?
No, you don't, but you can see that it's a bit longer from where you're at right there.
Hey, Nick. There you go. All right, cool. So it just continues on down to the east.
Yeah. You don't see although you Aldemar can see there's tracks like in the this seems to be somewhat heavily trafficked, but I mean this whole place has been, but and he notices there are pig hoof prints going off that way. Whatever the hoofed animal footprints look like. All right, Blodgett, you get to this door. You're down here. Gray, you're right with him.
I tell Lupo to stay back a little bit.
All right. Stay right here. Okay. What are you going to do, Blodgett?
I'm going to check the lock to see if it is locked and if it is trapped, and I am going to listen to hear if I can detect any noise coming from the other side of the door, whether it's snoring, talking, or anything at all.
You don't hear anything at the door. It is not locked. And if you're going to spend the time you need to figure out if it's trapped or not, let's see. All right. It'll take you about 2 or 3 minutes to figure out if it's trapped, but you don't think it's trapped.
Okay.
It looks like any of the other doors that you've come by, except for the one with the ogre chamber, which had was a little more ornate.
Okay. All right, I'll look to Gray, see if he wants me to open her.
Yes. Does it open in or out? Does it open in?
How would you open?
How would you open?
How would you open?
Man, I'm too cool to do that.
That's right.
I'm gonna have to just take a picture of a door and put "How would you open" and post it.
Yes, that's. No, don't do that.
Leave the door alone.
Okay, so let's see.
White knight the
Okay,
door.
you don't hear anything, but as you're kind of like poking around the door, you hear what sounds like snoring.
All right.
Snoring.
Yeah.
More
I'll share that with Gray. I think it might be a barracks or something.
Can we tell how many are snoring?
Nope, you don't hear it anyways. Only Blodgett hears it.
Yeah. It could be just a few guys like the one room where you wanted to kill everybody in their sleep. It could be a lot more. Should we just let them sleep and catch up with the rest of the group? Or
I think we go and get the rest of the group and let them know about this.
Okay.
Because we don't want them to wake up and all come up behind us. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, Grot, you're not privy to any of this, so what do you want to do?
So I don't hear any of this fuckery. All right, I'll move up another 20 feet.
Okay. Now you are going off of infravision, and you can't really see much down here. Although you are starting to see what looks like maybe a faint, heat glow, but not from a thing. Like there's actually might be some light coming from down where you're at.
Okay. I'll hold right here until everyone catches up or something else transpires.
It seems there is some sort of heat emanating coming from the end here.
Okay. Do I hear anything? And I still smell the food.
Roll me a d20. Yes, you do smell food. Actually, all of you, Duncan, even Rothos. Now you smell like what smells like.
I only roll.
Good home cooking.
I rolled a 2.
I rolled an 11.
Continues. Rothos, you just you have infravision, so that you don't see much past where Grot is, but you do smells like Mama's home cooking. But it's as you get a little closer, it smelled pretty good back here, but now it's kind of like it's okay. Like maybe they burnt something ahead of you. It's a little bit more charred. Like your elf nose is more sensitive. Grot is more like food driven.
Pretty much, yeah. A little more primal.
Has a high food drive.
Grot does have a high food drive, especially for cheese and ale.
Mm-hmm.
But this smells like meat, right?
Something's cooking, man. Some barbecue. Something getting barbecued up there.
Grat smell meat snacks.
Cooking up something fierce.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
All right. So Aldemar's with you. Rokas, what are you doing? You just following along?
Yep.
All right. Gray, you look behind you and you don't see any of the guys behind you now.
Gone.
Oh my God.
I asked Lupo to go. How with it is Lupo now? Is he?
He's all right.
Close to, okay. I tell Lupo, go around the corner and let the others know we found a room that has people sleeping in it.
All right. So he goes, let's see, 1, 2, 3, gets up to about here.
And I am preparing Sacred Flame.
Okay.
I'm assuming Lupo took the lantern, so he's going to be leaving us in the dark.
So Gray's in the dark, and you have infravision still, so you're okay. You can still see where the lantern is from there.
Well, I'm going to ask Blodgett if he can,
he's only 40 feet up from me, so you can still see.
He can discern how many might be in there.
No, not without going in the room. But if you want me to try sneaking in the room, I will.
Try it. If anything happens, just give a whistle, and I will let loose with fire.
All right.
Okay.
I'll try to stealthily enter the room and hope that there's some darkness inside from the sleeping men or beast that I can attempt to hide in once I enter the room.
Okay. So, Blodgett, you poke your head through. The door is clearly not trapped now that you pushed yourself. And the room is, you can see a little bit here. There's a carpet in front of you. And there is on the table in front of you a lantern that's sitting on the table. And I will describe to you what you see in this room. I think I got these guys ready to go. So that's what you see in there, and I will read this to you.
A lot of cool carpets in this place.
Yeah.
It's finally furnished. See.
Okay, this room appears to be quarters for orcs.
Okay.
There is an orc snoring from where he lies sprawled across the bed, sitting behind a table. Glassy-eyed is another orc. On the table in front of him is a cask with a spigot in it and 2 spilled mugs. The floor of the room is littered with 3 wine bottles. So they are definitely drunk and passed out orcs. There's 2 of them in here.
All right.
I want to say I put those in here, but so one. I'll just put you here. There is one on one's at the table, obviously, and there is a fire pit here, but there's no fire in it. It's cold, but there is a lantern which is right here. And the orc has his back to you, and he is at this table right here. And the other one is passed out on this bunk over here.
Okay.
So that's basically what you see when you go in there. They have not noticed you at all coming in. And there are not, all they're doing is snoring at this point. So odds are they don't even know you're there.
All right. I will ease my way back out of the room and let Gray know what's inside.
Okay. So Blodgett comes out and explains to you there are 2 drunk orcs in this room. They are the one's passed out on the bed and the other one is sort of slumped over the desk. And there's a cask next to him and there are wine bottles. Yeah.
You slit the throat of the one that's sleeping, and I'll bash the other one in the head.
I'll rip his balls off.
It'll be quieter to just smash it in the head.
I would suggest.
Can I see in there well enough to do that?
Well, you can poke your head in now if you want.
Well, I would recommend that I try to sneak up behind the one drunk at the table and slit his throat, while you just go straight in for the one at the bed.
Coup de grace.
Yeah, if that's what you're wanting to do.
That sounds. I will defer to your judgment in matters of executing sleeping orcs.
Well,
sounds like a plan.
Yeah,
I like it.
Right. So Blodgett, you go. Are you going back in?
Yeah, I'm going to go back in.
Okay. And Gray, are you going to go in?
I am going to wait until Blodgett is close, and when he is ready, then I will try to sneak in as quietly as I can.
Okay. You can just barely make out what the figures in the room from the lantern that is sitting on the table right there. Okay. Lupo gets up to you behind you, Rothos, and says, "Hey, these guys are doing something back here."
Way to transmit the message.
These guys are doing something back here.
I just confusingly look forward. Hey, they're doing something back there.
Okay.
Do I hear this?
Well, yeah. You like. How did you say that, Rothos? Hey, you guys.
Hey, you guys. No, I was just like,
gotcha, bitch.
I'd say like normal volume.
Normal volume. Okay. All right. Duncan looks at you and he's like, "The hell? What the bloody hell?" Grot, you can hear them saying, that Gray and Blodgett are doing something back there. All right. And now Lupo is ruining your vision with that thing. Roll a d20 again.
All right.
Grot, Duncan, and Albemarle.
5.
All right. And Rothos, roll me a d20 as well.
3.
3. Okay. Grot, you just smell some real good cooking in front of you.
I'm torn between going
maybe there's barbecue sauce involved.
Grat make a fast decision based on stomach.
Oh, it could be a trap.
Could be, but Grat.
It's bait.
So something happened. Where is Gray?
The badger sticks his nose up out of the top of the pack and is like kind of like halfway in the pack and halfway on your shoulder, and it's like.
I look at it and I say, "Shh." Grat. Grat make executive decision.
Big word for Grat.
Yeah, I just learned today. Grat have dictionary.
Vote for Grat.
Vote for Grat. Vote for Grat. Grat. Let's wait here for companions, and then we go eat.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hold everybody up here.
All right.
I have the larger sword.
Blodgett, while all this is happening, you manage to very easily get behind the drunk one that's at the table right there. And Gray, what are you doing?
I am going to walk past Blodgett to where the other orc is lying in bed.
Okay.
While getting out my mace.
Okay.
So
you're getting out your mace and you're walking over there. And roll me a d20. Brother man. Brother man.
17.
Oh,
Nice.
good. You managed to
Finally.
avoid the bottle of wine that's in front of you. That would
That's
in
good.
the
That
dark.
would suck.
All right, and you managed to get to right about where
wasted good
the other
wine.
one is. And the orc that's in front of you is just kind of like you can tell it's sleeping. It's got like one of its hands is like it's off the bed. He's just like, you know how like you sleep when you're drunk. And Blodgett, he's like way out of it. So that you could probably bring an elephant in there and he probably wouldn't wake up.
Okay. All right. I'm going to use my short sword to try and pierce through the back, through the heart, and then the dagger into the kidney, into the side.
Okay, so you're going to do an assassination attempt, or you're going to do that? Well, you're not an assassin. You can.
Well, I'm not an assassin. I'm a thief, so it's going to just be backstabbing.
Backstab. That's no problem. Okay. Okay. And okay. So, are you going to coordinate with Gray, or what are you going to do?
I'm going to watch Blodgett.
Okay.
And as soon as I see Blodgett do it,
yeah,
I am bringing my mace down on that orc's face.
Oh boy, I get to do a percentage for backstab. Okay. Well, you should be able. You hit him, no problem, because he's not moving. So I'm not even going to make you roll for
the hit.
For the hit. But I do need you to roll me a d20 real quick. Well, I roll your percentage dice. Okay.
I rolled a 15.
Okay. You managed to put it like right through, like the short sword, right through his neck, and through and just basically like pin his like neck to the. He kind of struggles for a second, and then he just like goes limp.
Okay.
You more or less like push the thing all the way through to the table.
Damn.
And so you like kill him like silent but deadly.
All right.
Like one of Grat's farts.
And Gray, you're right there. And the drunk orc that's laying in the bed, Blodgett killed this guy so silently he's still sleeping.
Okay, good.
Holy shit.
That roll?
You rolled real. By the way, you got like something like 8900 percentage. So yeah, he's way dead. Yeah, he's still there. He's like asleep.
I'm going to bring the mace down right on his face as hard as I can.
Okay, well, he's got his back to you, but that's okay. Go ahead, roll a d20. You will have to roll it.
20.
Okay, so that's no problem. You smash him. Oh, excuse me, my emails calling my name. Okay. So okay, yeah, you smash him down, and yes, I'm gonna give you like triple damage on that. So you're
I mean, his head exploded. I don't think.
Yeah, he's way dead. Put it that way.
Like a scene from Scanners.
He just like crumples underneath you. He's
Mostly dead.
Yeah, he's mostly dead. But they basically could not possibly defend themselves in here. don't even know why they put this in the adventure, to be honest with you.
Are there any other candles we can light in here so we can see what's going on? I know Blodgett can see, but I asked Blodgett, are there any other candles?
Well, there's the lantern on the desk, right? So could I turn up the flame on that a little bit?
You can turn it up, if you want to. It looks like it's burning kind of fitfully, like maybe the oil was low in the lantern.
Okay. I'll try and lengthen the wick and see if that does anything, or open up the shutter on it. If it has one. If not, if it's just low on oil, it's low on oil.
Yeah, it's low on oil.
Okay.
Like maybe they've been there for a while.
Yeah.
All right. And Blodgett, on the guy that you see and that you pinned to the table, he looks like he's wearing some kind of bracers. Like he's got some armbands that look like they are made of something nice, which is odd for orcs. So a little strange to you. And let's see, he also has a pouch. There's a pouch stuffed into his right boot.
All right.
And he also has some kind of ring on him. It doesn't appear to be anything super special, but you can tell that it's made of some kind of gold. It looks like gold. You could probably appraise it later on if you want to take the time to.
All right.
And that is about it.
All right. I will liberate the ring, the pouch, and definitely those bracers or bracelets, whichever they are.
Okay.
I call Blodgett's attention to the one that I just killed, and I tell him I can't see a thing in here. If you would mind checking this one for valuables.
Okay, so Blodgett's going to come over to you, and I need Grot and Rothos to roll another d20, please.
All right.
13.
Okay.
16.
Okay. Right about the time that all this shit is going on, you guys are up here, and again, you see what looks like a pig, a large pig. Doesn't look like a war pig. It just looks like a wild boar. Shoots down about 30 feet out of the darkness and like kind of stares at you again. And looks at Aldemar, looks at you, and now the smell of the food, the good smelling food, is mixed in with the scent of the pig, which is not as good. So it's kind of throwing you off. It's kind of stands in front of you there for like about half a second. Again, it snorts at you, and then it rushes back the other way, like maybe you were blocking it from going one way, like it's like halts in its tracks, and then it turns around and squeals again, and then runs back down the corridor into the darkness.
Okay. Grat will take note of this, but still stand his ground.
Okay.
We leave Pig alone. We'll figure out what happens when we get rest of companions.
Okay, Blodgett, you get over to this other guy over here, and the only thing you notice on this guy is he has what looks like a pretty nicely made dagger.
Okay,
it is it's in a sheath under the bed. Is on that is now like bloody and soiled, thanks to Mr. Lightbringer there.
Okay.
And let's see. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so it has you find an ivory handled dagger that is under the bed there, and next to the dagger is a roll of paper. And it's wrapped with it looks like twine or something like that around the paper. But all you see is oh, by the way, the pouch that you pulled out has 18 gold pieces in it. The one that you got from the other dude. And this guy has no gold, but he has that dagger, and then by that dagger is that rolled up pieces of paper that are held together with twine.
All right, I'll hand both of those up to Gray, and then is that a chest at the foot of the bed, his bed, or anything?
No, they're just boxes, and actually I shouldn't say that. That's actually a ton of some sort.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll give the rest of the room a quick once over after handing that stuff to Gray, and then ask him if we want to grab
this whole thing takes you about 15 minutes to do everything. So
all right.
So you're doing that. Meanwhile, you guys are just sitting there in the hallway up there, and so you got the wrap of paper, and I guess if you want the dagger, you can have that dagger. It looks like a pretty finely made dagger.
Anything on the desk other than alcohol and blood?
Nope, just spilled wine, and there's another bed that's over here.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is a cold fire pit that's over here. What do you do?
I just go back out the door.
Okay.
I asked Gray if he wants to take the lantern. It just needs some oil.
Oh, yeah. Good idea. I take the lantern.
Okay, so you take the lantern. Well, you have the paper that's still wrapped up, and you have the lantern now, and you have the ivory-handled dagger, and you have 18 gold pieces in a pouch.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to sling
bracers. The bracers they look like they're nice, but they don't have any runes on them, or it doesn't look anything super special about the bracers. And they're orc size, so they're not going to fit on you.
Right.
Yeah.
But they might fit on.
They still look like they're valuable. So.
Right, but they might fit on Grot or something, and maybe he'd appreciate them.
Sure, Christmas present.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay, so there you are. Where are you going to go?
Right.
What are you going to do?
Well, let's catch up with the rest of our companions.
Okay. So you guys go out there. You guys go out this way, and now I need to roll for this. And no. Okay, so you're coming out of here, and you hear voices coming from down this area right here.
Shit.
That's only you guys.
Okay.
And you can't really tell what the language is, but it is definitely not human.
Huh.
So that's where you guys are at. Grot, what do you want to do?
We still don't hear.
You only see that one pig comes out, runs back the other way, squeals at you, and runs back the other way.
Lupo's in the back, right? He's like 10 feet from me.
Lupo's kind of like he's kind of poking, or he's looking at you, and he's looking down the hallway to see what's going on down there.
Right,
he's now seeing. He tells you, "Hey, they came out of that door."
Motion. Call them to make motion to them. Come to us.
Okay. So, Gray, you see Lupo at the very, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55 feet away from you. He's like,
okay, so I am going to hurry in that direction and also whisper loudly to Blodgett, come quickly. Lupos seems to be beckoning.
What do you want to do, Blodgett?
I will do so. I will hurry up to catch up with the rest of the group, and as soon as we do, let them know that there are people moving up from behind us.
Okay.
Well, there are monsters moving up from behind us.
Something is coming, yes.
Something wicked this way comes.
All right, Blodgett, you get up there. You inform everybody, and Duncan's kind of looking at Grot like, what do you want to do, Grot? Next. Actually, Rothos, what do you want to do?
So I hear them saying that there's people coming.
Yes.
Do I hear the people coming?
Roll me a d20.
Turn into that fucking gnome.
Tell me what your elf ears hear.
5.
All right. Well, you can definitely hear there's some sort of voices or something that's echoing in the hall. I don't know if you want to stay where you're at, but if you can definitely.
So I kind of push past them and I step out into the hallway.
Okay, down here.
And I cast Disguise Self.
Okay, so you go into that spell. All right, you're doing that. What are you going to do? How are you going to disguise yourself?
I am looking. I pull out the wand from the gnome, just so that's accurate, and I look. I turn into the gnome.
Okay, so you have the Springerly, right? The wand of opening. Okay.
How would you
Just purely for authenticity.
What is it now? Change self. What was the spell?
Disguise self. It's a level 1 spell. Make yourself, including your clothing, armor, weapons, and other belongings on your person, look different. Till the spell ends.
Oh, it's 1 action. No problem. So you do that. All right. I was just looking at the casting time and
lasts an hour and no concentration.
So you are now turned yourself into a gnome that vaguely resembles the purple flowy robes of the gnome of Narzi.
Vaguely?
Yes, perfectly.
Sort of.
Makes yourself. Oh, now you can seem 1 foot shorter or taller. So you look like a much bigger gnome.
I can't kneel down a bit, kind of make myself.
Oh, that makes this interesting. Okay, so you can seem 1 foot shorter or taller, and can appear fat, thin, or in between. You can change your body type so you can adopt a form that has the same basic arrangement of limbs. Otherwise, the extent of the illusion is up to you. So you can look like a much larger version of the gnome if you want to.
His older brother.
Unless I want to.
The change wrought by the spell failed to hold up to physical inspection. Okay. All right. Well, you can do that. You look like a much larger version of Narzi.
Let's see. You don't appear.
Poof.
Poof. Yeah. Poof. I look like. I mean, he's a magical gnome. I could just make up an excuse. Oh, I was messing around with some magic. I look a little taller today.
How tall are you is your character? Like, it's an elf, so you would be like 5'5", somewhere around there?
I forgot what height I gave him. 1 sec.
Look at what's his height?
Did I give him a height? He was 6'1".
What,
so he could be 5'1".
That's a big fucking no.
Jesus.
Okay. That's funny. Okay, so now you look like a big giant gnome. You look like you work at like hot dog on a stick. Okay, so you're right there with it. That's fucking great. Okay, so you sort of resemble the gnome as best you can remember.
But taller.
Much taller. So Lupo's looking at you like, dude.
What the fuck?
Okay. You do definitely, while you're doing that, you definitely hear voices coming from down the hallway. They're echoing in the hallway, so they're not up on top of you just yet, but you can definitely make out that this, you've heard this stuff before, and it's the same kind of hobgoblin language that you have heard before. You don't know what they're saying, but you can tell the guttural, gist of it. What are you going to do, Grot?
All right. So I saw Rothos do some magical shit as he turned the corner.
You look over at Rothos, and he looks like looks like Will Ferrell and Elf. Shut up! What are you doing?
I look at the badger. I shake my head. I still have my sword out, and I don't hear anything more coming from the east, right? Just to still smell.
Roll D20.
All right. 8.
No, but you smell. It still smells pretty good coming from that way. And then Aldemar, you don't hear shit. Duncan only can barely hear the voices coming from Rothos direction right now. Great, you definitely know they're behind you, and so does Bludget.
I'll just move up 10 feet.
Okay. Boing.
And stay on guard and bring Aldemar with me.
I'll follow along. Duncan is kind of. He'll just go up here just to make sure you guys are okay. Blodgett, what do you want to do? Mang.
At this point in time, I'm just gonna hang back with right around where I am, because I'm got a good view to see whatever madness happens when Orcs see Rothos. the gnome basketball player, and
this gonna be good.
Yeah, power forward gnome.
All right,
So,
Gray. Blodgett's kind of in a holding pattern. What are you gonna do? Lupo's looking at you. Lupo is like looking at Rothos like, what?
You might need that lightning bolt sooner than you thought.
I'm going to prepare. Oh boy, Sacred Flame.
Okay.
So I'm getting ready to cast Sacred Flame. So if things seem to go sideways, if it's sketchy, whoever's the easiest target, I'm going to hit with.
Sacred Flame is one action, verbal and semantic. It is instantaneous, so you actually don't need to prepare anything.
Okay, I'm kind of.
You could keep it in the front of your mind if you'd like.
That's what I'm getting ready.
All right.
You're mentally preparing to.
Shalom.
Bad guys.
All right. Let's see.
You're readying in action.
Okay. Yeah, you're readying an action. That looks good. Man, I'm so glad I got this program. This is awesome. Awesome.
It's awesome, man.
Duncan is sort of like wondering what the hell's going on. And Rothos, roll me a D20 real quick.
13.
The voices are still emanating from down this way, from somewhere down here. You don't see anything. You do hear what sounds like laughter, like something's going on. Like there's some kind of laughter or some kind of like, let's see, where'd it go? So you hear what sounds like guttural laughter as well.
So holding the Springerly wand but not using it, I start walking down the hallway. I am going to cast Prestidigitation.
Okay.
How
far down the hallway do you want to go? First off,
just like a normal walking pace.
Well, like how many feet? Your full movement or what?
A full movement is it walking in the game or
you're like 40 feet. So if you want to go full movement right there, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just walking in the hallway.
Well, you go a little quicker.
I'm using Prestidigitation, and since that's a cantrip, I'm like faking like sparks are coming off my body to make it look like I'm magical. In case they question me, hey, I'm using magic and I look bigger, guys. Don't worry. Exactly.
Protecting the darkness.
Okay, so you're now a sparkly 5-foot gnome with a wand that looks like he works at hot dog on a cheese on a stick at the mall.
Smurf.
Okay. All right. You go down a little bit further. You can see that there's some sort of light that's kind of fluctuating from like right around this area, but you can't really tell because there's a bend in the hallway there, and you just hear like what sounds like laughter, and you can't make out the language because you don't know Hobgoblin. So, but it sounds like what the other Hobgoblins were speaking. So,
is Orc or Undercommon close?
Nope.
Dang it.
Nope. We are. In this game, in AD&D, everything is racial as hell.
And thank God for that.
Nope. Hobgoblins are evil, and so are orcs. Because I say so.
I'm only half evil.
All right, Rothos, you're down there sparkling like a sparkle bunny. All right. Duncan is kind of like looking over your shoulder like, what the fuck is this guy doing? All right. And Lupo's right there, kind of dumbfounded. Blodgett, you're there. Grot, you move down just a touch more.
Yeah.
Actually, let me give you
another 10 feet.
I'll give you another 10 feet.
Oh my God. Chad Thunder Gnome.
And as you get a little bit further down, you can tell that you don't see any heats like signatures, but you can tell that there is some kind of light that is coming from down this way, but you can't tell where it's coming from. It's kind of indistinct right there.
Is it Is it
And
steady or is it
again,
flickering?
It's steady. It's steady. Like maybe there's a lantern or there's something that's down past there. But again, it's more warmth than anything else.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll just move slowly another 10 feet forward.
All right. So you move another 10 feet forward. All right. And Aldemar will be up behind you.
Back up.
All righty. Gray. There's a sparkling elf that looks like a gnome that's 5 feet tall in front of you with a wand held out in front of him.
Christ.
And y'all can only see his back.
Oh, do I set him on fire?
Goddamn right.
Bring the cojones.
Oh, shit.
And that spell's going to last for 1 hour.
Oh, you're fucked.
Can I see anything past Rothus?
No, because he's sparkling. He looks like a sparkler.
Jesus.
I would add to this if I had some sort of prestidigitation too, but I don't have any. I don't have any glitter spells. So, oh boy. Shit. You know what? I'm just gonna keep my eye on Rothus and just see what happens. But I'm going to motion to Lupo to come back towards the corner.
Okay, Lupo.
So we're going to try to get around.
You don't have to convince him. He stays away from that guy. Blodgett, what are you going to do? Blodgett, you're up.
Oh, I'm just watching. This.
Okay.
Yeah.
Watching this whole go unfold. Okay. All right. Duncan is just looking at and shaking his head. And he looks, one action, he looks down and he shakes his head. And his next action, he's going to go over here by Lupo because that's where the light is. So, okay. Aldemar is right here. I'll take over Aldemar. Why the hell not? All right, Grot. Actually, let's move Aldemar up a little bit.
Yeah. Aldemar and I are going to move to the end where it looks like there's a bend southwards in the corridor.
Yes, and that's where the light is emanating from.
Okay, and if I still have movement, I'll, as much as I can, the badger and I will peek around the corner.
Okay, so there's a bend right here.
Oh shit!
And there, the passage continues a little bit, but the bend is right there, and that's where you're seeing the heat coming from. In that area right there. And now you can sort of see a faint glow, I should say, like as if maybe there's like torches or something, or some kind of light source is coming from around that corner there.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll move up stealthily as I can. I'll keep my sword low and peek around that southern bend. The southern bend.
And Aldemar behind you. All right, peek around the southern bend, and where's that? Okay. And you see that it kind of bends down a little bit. There's definitely light coming from this end, though.
Okay.
And that's
so it's illuminated. That's
about what you can see, but there's probably torches, or there's probably your infravision is fucked. But
okay. I still smell the smells, the good smells.
Yes, in fact, it intensifies as you get closer to this little T in the intersection.
Meat, snack, odor intensifies. Okay.
You don't know where it's coming from. It could be coming this way or this way, but you don't know. But it does intensify as you get to the T.
Okay. All I know is the light is coming from the south bend.
Right. And now Lupo has the only real light source that's in this hallway right now. So behind you is actually dark, I should say. So
all right.
Push that in a little bit more. Like so.
All right. So it's kind of like.
Yeah. Just so you got fog of war kind of going there.
Gotcha.
You're about there. Yeah. Light source. So the only thing like Aldemar is having the only thing he can see is like the light coming from this end over here.
All right.
It's dim, put it that way. It's not
All
like
right.
a darkness spell.
How's the badger reacting? It's pretty calm.
Badger's just got he's sitting on your half in the pack and half of him is out and he's sniffing the air because he smells. It's like he kind of wants to get out. Like you had to push him back in a couple times.
All right. Stay. All
Okay.
right. We'll hang here. Yeah.
Rothas, roll me a d20. Rothas.
4.
Oh, fuck.
4. Okay.
damn
You're
it.
still sitting there sparkling like a Christmas elf. And all you hear is just more laughter. It sounds like maybe it's getting a little bit louder, or that maybe you're detecting more voices.
There's laughter now?
Yes. Well, I told you before. It sounds like laughter, or sounds like people are like kind of ribbing each other. In between the language you don't understand.
You're next.
What's the gnome's name again?
Narzi.
Narzi?
Yeah, you would know that.
Yeah. I continue to walk towards the voices.
Okay. Rothas goes down there.
This is going to be a nice clusterfuck.
Okay. All right. So Duncan's like moves over here just to see on things. Blodgett, what do you want to do?
I'm staying put.
All right. Great. What are you going to do, Gray?
Ah, shit. Fuck. How far away is Rothas?
He is 10, 20, 30, 50, 60, almost 70 feet away from you. He's down the hallway.
Shit. My range of Sacred Flame is about 60 feet.
Yeah,
so,
he's definitely out of range for that.
fuck.
You could hit him. That's about
fuck. I tell Lupo, stay close, stay behind me, and I move up just enough that I'm maybe about 40 feet behind Rothas because I want to be able to hit something that's about maybe 10 to 20 feet past him. I want to make sure that I can shoot past him if
Nice.
something happens.
Yeah, right about there. Okay. Duncan's go back in this way behind Lupo where the light is. And Lupo's right there in the corner. Blodgett, you're holding tight. Rothas, you hear it. The sounds get louder as you get down this way, like there's a crowd of something going on down in the hallway, and you're not really sure what's going on. But there is definitely light emanating from this area right here. And in this, you can probably make out. It looks like there's like fire glow or something. There's definitely light in the hallway now. And then, of course, when you guys came back out, the lanterns and the torch brackets and the lanterns on the sides of the walls were lit after you came out of the ogre's lair, such as it is. Actually,
so it's probably just around that turn there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go all the way up to the turn.
Okay.
Still kind of maintaining a regular pace coming around.
Okay.
Can I come around that turn?
Yeah, I'll give you. You could probably get to right about there.
Do I see anything there?
All you see is torchlight in this hallway here, and you don't hear anything other than like there's voices that are emanating from down this way. The way you came.
Okay.
You can see into this hallway and there's no one in this hallway right here.
Yeah. How wide is the hallway?
It's 20 feet wide.
Damn, that's a wide hallway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're in the stockade, so it's like
right.
You're in a building. You're not in a dungeon.
I'll keep going.
Okay, well, we'll get to you. Gray, you're there. Lupo's there. Aldemar and Grot. What do you want to do, Grot?
All right. I don't want to get too. Gret's stupid, but not that stupid. He doesn't want to get too far away from his companion, so he's going to pat the badger. He's going to turn to Aldemar and say, "We wait here for companions. Something going on behind us.
Yep.
Best to not split party up too much.
All right.
We wait for Pig."
All right, Rothas, you're right here, and you move down this way, and you still hear the voices, but now you hear them less. Like they kind of calm down, like there's some kind of commotion or a party or something going on down the hall.
Still that same direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just less.
Roll me a d20 real quick, too.
18.
Okay. You also hear what sounds like a slamming door.
Do I see a door slam?
No.
I keep walking.
Get ass back here.
Rothas is back there. Okay. And
Did I notice Gray following me, by the way?
Gray's still right where he's at. Are you following along, Gray?
I am staying close enough that I can shoot about 10 to 15 feet in front of him.
Okay. You are right about there. Okay. And Rothas is right there. And Duncan comes up behind you out of the darkness. Grot. So he's like, what the hell's going on?
Grat smell meat snacks. They're
What
light.
the hell is going on? Yeah.
Grat smell meat snacks and light coming from south corridor here.
Blodgett, you're there. What are you going to do?
Does Gray still have the other lantern?
Yeah, he does.
I've got a lantern with me.
All
Otherwise, I wouldn't be this far away from Lupo. I wouldn't be able to see
It's
what
low,
I'm doing.
but it's low, but it works. He's got
Okay.
his lantern in one hand.
I will ask Lupo for his lantern and tell him to get up and follow behind Gray. And if things go south, come get us. And I'm going to take the lantern and go over to where Duncan and Grot are and kind of let them know what's going on and see what they think they want to do.
Okay, so you're going to grab the lantern from Lupo?
Yes, and take it and give it to Duncan because I know he won't be able to see.
All right. Well,
Ian Aldemar.
That's gonna leave Lupo in the dark, but
he can see the light where Gray is, and I told him to catch up to Gray.
All right. So Lupo will go this way. You will go catch up over here. All right. You get up to that point. Gray's there. Rothas is there. Grot, roll me a d20.
3.
Okay. You see the same pig comes around the corner, kind of snorts at you for a second, and then turns around and runs back down this corridor right here.
The south bend.
Yeah, right down. Yeah, south.
All right. That's
Runs
probably
down.
the direction I think we'll head in.
Okay.
All right. So since I got most of the companions with us, I waved to them behind me over my shoulder, and I'm gonna move into the corridor.
Okay. As you do, now you can see because this corridor is lit. So let us go here. You can see down the hallway here, and that light. There are lanterns that are. There's 2 lanterns on either side of this wall, so you can see what it is. And you see this door right here, and this is actually a double door, so it opens inward, and you can see where the pig would have gone through that double door.
Oh, it's like it's a subterranean saloon door.
Kind of, yeah. Well, it's not. Remember, you're in a stockade still, so you're not actually in the
Gotcha.
underground. So you can see that there's a door, and the door looks like it's fairly well made. The double door, anyways, and there's definitely light coming from behind that door, and you can hear what sounds like voices coming from behind that door as well. And you most definitely smell the food is coming from that way.
All right.
And it's making your mouth water right now because you haven't had
It is. I'm pretty hungry.
Food in a while.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna wave to Blodgett. Friend Blodgett. They're at end of corridor. they're double saloon doors with voices and food smells. Can you
Watch
can
it.
you
Watch
check?
it. You can most definitely smell the food.
Oh
Can
yeah,
you want you go ahead and check door.
yeah. I will ask Duncan to take the lantern from me, free up my hands,
Okay, who takes it from you?
and then
I'll take it
I
from you,
will head.
boy. Hand me that thing.
Righto, laddie.
You don't
And
even
I'll
need
head
it.
down
You
and,
don't need it here actually because it's already lit in the hallway.
Right,
Mm.
and I'll check the door, and
So you're gonna go down.
yeah,
They're going down here. All right. You get to right about there, and now we go back to our good friends. Great. You are finally caught up to right about here. Lupo's trying to catch up to you, kind of trotting down the hallway, going, what the hell's going on? Rothos, now after you hear the door slam, you don't hear the voices anymore.
Could I have made out in any way where the voices came from?
Yeah, down the hallway, for down this way here, south of you.
Huh.
But you are sparkling with a wand in your hand as a 5 foot man. Hi guys.
It's totally me. I'm gonna go to that door over there to the left.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk in like I own the place.
Okay. Well, in here you see several dead orcs on the bed.
Oh.
You see one with a charred nut sack, and you don't
That
know
should look
why.
familiar.
Yeah, the charred nut sack looks familiar to you. And the
Coming.
the orcs are
They
all
usually do.
murdered in their beds, with the exception of one who is like murdered on the ground there and tossed aside. So that's what you see in there, and there's actually
Murdered
nothing
nutsack.
else in there.
What's your next band name?
All right, Gray, what are you gonna do? That's how you murder.
Oh boy,
Nutsack.
I'm going to try to stay just close enough that I can, if something happens, you know what? I'm going to stay right where I am, and I'm just going to keep an eye down the hallway. I'm going to look right around that corner,
Jesus Christ.
down the hallway,
Okay.
so that if anybody comes, I can say something to Rothus.
Okay. Lupo finally catches up to you, like, what the fuck is going on? All right. Blodgett, you get to the door here.
Already.
All right.
Mhm.
And it's ajar enough, like the separate, it opens in, and it's ajar enough that you can smell what's coming through. There's definitely something going on, like maybe this is a kitchen area or something.
All right.
And the pig clearly ran through here because you can see where the hoofs are, and you can't really make it. It seems like it's a hallway beyond this, but you can't really tell because you haven't opened the doors yet. But they are slightly ajar, and you are hearing what sounds like people are, at a restaurant or something like that, kind of murmur,
Okay.
but you hear voices, but you can't really make them out from where you're at. But and you don't know what the language is anyways, but it sounds, every once in a while you'll hear like like there's a party or something going on.
Can you
All right.
smell what the rock is cooking?
Brat, you're right there. What do you want to do? You just gonna hold back, or what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna move forward and come up. Right about there is good. Yeah.
Okay.
And I still have the badger with me, and I have my sword drawn. All the margins of flank.
As well.
Duncan. Cool.
Okay. All right. Blodgett, this is on you. What do you want to do at this point? You're already at the door, so I'm just telling you what you heard. So you got actions.
Can I push one of the doors in just a little bit to try to peek inside and take a look at what's in there? Okay.
Yes, you can. So you're gonna poke your head in just a little bit and look in. Okay. So looks like there is some kind of kitchen or something going on just right about, that's about as far as you can see through the thing. So there's definitely some crates. It looks like there might be a barrel there. Definitely smells like there's food, but now the food it smells good to you sometimes, and sometimes it smells bad. Like maybe you get a sour smell, you get a burnt sour smell every now and then, but then something smells pretty good. So
all right,
it's kind of well, of course you're a hobbit, so yeah, it smells good. So that's what you see. There's definitely light. That whole room behind you, behind those doors, is definitely a light.
Weird.
all right. I will share that information with Grot and let him know that based on the other inhabitants we've seen here, he might be able to waltz in there like he owns the place and get something to eat, and without raising any suspicion. The worst case scenario, they might tell him, he doesn't belong in there and get out and go back to the barracks or something like that. But at least he'll have a better lay of the land than I would if I just kind of pop in there, unless I'm going to try and be really sneaky.
Right, so you're explaining that to Grot while he's over there. Okay. Rothas. you see dead bodies in a burnt nutsack.
I just casually move on to the next thing.
Where's the nutsack?
I casually move on to the next room.
Okay.
Trying to look as
down
casual
here
as possible.
Right, great. You see a sparkling gnome. You see Rothas, the
Sparkling
wonder boy, going that way. What are you going to do?
I call out to Rothas that we should probably not stray too far from the others.
Okay. How loud do you say that?
Oh boy.
Loud enough that I think he can hear it from where he is.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll to hear it?
Nope. You hear it.
Roll a d20.
You hear it for sure. Lupo hears it for sure.
The other inhabitants.
I look back at Gray, say, "Don't I look like the gnome?"
As soon as he says that, I'm going to turn around. I'm going to grab
Run
Lupo,
away.
and we're going to start heading back down the hall.
Good luck with that, Rothas.
Here.
Lupo's right
Or,
here.
I mean, gnome.
All right. Okay, so Grot, Blodgett, I'm going to presume, says this as quietly as possible.
All right, I'm gonna
Yes.
move up. I'm gonna tell
Dude,
Blodgett
I should
to
make you burn a luck point for telling you that. Okay. So Grot, what are you going to do?
I am going to thrust open the door. I'm going to sheathe my sword.
Okay.
And thrust open the saloon doors and stride in, and then just stand in there with my hands on my hips, looking around with a little what the fuck look on my face.
Okay. All right. So you blow in through here. Okay. So you push through the double doors.
And I look really pissed off.
Duncan is like, "Oh Lord, what's going on?" All right. So this is what you see.
Pissed off, happy. He's a half orc. It's kind of hard to tell the difference.
No, I'm usually pretty pissed off.
Yeah.
I look pissed off when I'm happy.
Yeah, you're happiest when you're pissed off.
Exactly.
You see the entire room when
Not
you go
pissed
in
off.
because it is very well lit.
And very large.
Yep, and very large.
Oh. Oh wow! Holy shit!
Huge room.
God damn!
Huge.
Giant. It's huge.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's that
we-
other door.
Mm.
The one we didn't check. The one that Rothas was probably heading to.
Yep.
We may reunite the party yet by accident.
Right.
I had a feeling.
More than a feeling.
I'm just gonna come through looking like a sparkly gnome.
And scare the fuck out of everybody.
All right, so all this is here. You can barely make out those doors, so I'll give those to you.
Oh, okay.
All right. So these,
interesting.
I'm going to explain this to you as you go in. You're the only one who gets any of this. Well, maybe Blodgett can see some of this. Where is that?
Get a glimpse as the doors slowly
Mhm.
fold back.
Mm-hmm.
They do open in. So let's get a little bit more here. There we go. And so let's put you right in the action here. we're probably not going to get to go through this whole thing because I got to get going here in a sec. But okay, so all right, so okay, so you, as I said, you heard laughter from beyond the door. There's the odor of like something grilling something on the grill. Okay,
yes.
Okay, the door is open into this room beyond, as you know. All right. As you open the doors, you hear you hear a shouted command. This room appears to be a huge kitchen over 50 feet long and wide and 40 feet tall. About the room are piles of crates and kegs piled high. Very like this is definitely a supply area of some sort, as well as several tables and cabinets. In the center of the room is a large fire pit. The fire in it is licking at the charred head of some sort of giant lizard hanging head down into the fire by a chain from a ceiling. Across from it, on the side of it, I should say, poking at it, is a 7-foot tall black man in black plate mail armor. He's poking and turning the roasted lizard with a two-handed sword. He turns to face you as you enter the room, and he sees, and you see that his helm, has no eye holes. At the table in the east end of the room sit three around the tables here, sit three barbaric-looking men, all bearded with coarse red hair. Have mugs of beer in their left hands, and they smile at you and lift hand axes off of the tables, and they look like they're right about to throw them at you. So right here is, so they pick them up and they're like they're ready to huck them at you. And where's the guy? Where's our boy? Type in here. Let's put iCard. Those are your guys.
All right.
And as you get in here, you see that actually roll me a d20 real quick because you're one of the party that saw this beforehand.
All right.
Okay.
11.
Okay. And actually Blodgett would have seen it too. Roll me a d20, Blodgett.
Certainly.
Okay.
I rolled a 14.
Okay. The men, the red-haired, like kind of barbarian and barbaric looking guys that are at the tables over there, they have like really like they're ginger guys, but they're like barbarian like gingers, like but like really reddish brown bristly hair, and you can see they are changing in front of you. They are morphing and like kind of like like if you see like like in American Werewolf in London where they they're kind of up, and they are turning into what look like boars. And Grot, you recognize the one that's right here on this side, and that guy looks very familiar looks very similar, like deja vu, to one of the hill people that you saw when you were on your way to the stockade from the last adventure. And you remember you saw during that, you remember this the boar, while you guys were in the wilderness section, looked very similar to the boar that was running up in and out of this place. And these guys are looking at you now, and they're sniffing at you. And you hear Ike, this guy right here, Ike. We're going to call him Ike. Ike points at you. Ike points at you, and these guys, the now changing, morphing weirboars, throw hand axes at you as you like kind of roll in through the door here.
All right.
So, and they're pretty far away. So unless they get something really good, like a 19, one of them hits you, one misses and clatters away, and the other one clatters. So you took one hit from a hand axe that was thrown by the closest guy. Let's just say.
All right. I bellow for the rest of the group to come in and help.
All right. So the hand axe. Ooh, the hand axe does 6 points of damage to you right now. So you got clipped as you came in.
All right, I make
in, but the command came from the guy in the black armor with no eye holes in the helmet. Okay.
Okay.
So all this is going on here. And Blodgett, you hear Grot kind of like cry out in pain as this hand axe like slams into his chest.
And then I yell for the help.
And the badger here. Where's my boy? Let's unlink you real quick. The badger hops down and shoots off this way as you get hit with this thing. All right. So you are right there. You just got surprised by these guys, and the hand axe is now like kind of like it hits you. You managed to pull it out, but it did 6 points of damage to you while you were there.
All right. Yeah, that was pretty painful on my shoulder.
All right. Now you're noticing that the leader guy that's right here, he is holding. Remember, he's holding that two-handed sword, and has no eye holes in his helm, but looks directly at you. His face is like turned directly where you're at.
I wonder if he has some weird blindness and magic. Okay, I'm going to draw my two-handed sword.
Okay, so you're pulling that out. That's good. And Blodgett, you see all this going on. I'll give you one action. What do you want to do?
Rush into the room, yelling to Duncan and Aldemar to follow me. Come on. Okay,
you can pull. I can get you to right about there because Grot is getting
I'll
hit.
take a step forward too. If I can.
Aldemar will push in this way, and Duncan has got his hammer out as well. So that's where you guys are at now. You guys know nothing of this is happening for you guys. They have no idea what's happening. So real fast, you're here like a little sparkly little elf.
So I go into the next room.
Okay, so you go in here and you see nothing.
All right.
This is that same larder that's in that you already passed through.
Well, I'm gonna just keep checking all the rooms just to be safe.
Okay. So
just a quick glance. I'm not gonna do any searches, but just kind of peek in.
Okay.
At this point.
So you managed to look in and look out. Okay, great. What are you doing?
I actually grabbed Lupo when we were heading back up the hall after the last one. So now that I'm assuming we can hear Grot.
You cannot hear any. You don't hear any of that.
Right fuck. Okay. Well, we're moving back up in that direction.
You can move at your regular pace as you go. You have no clue what's happening over there.
Shit.
No earthly clue. Okay, I'll let you get one round of combat, and then we're going to end this for today. This is where you're at, Grot. You are right here.
All
right. What are you going to do, man? He's like, okay. This guy is like pointed at you, and he's got his two-handed sword out, and he is kind of pushing across to right about. Wait, that's you. Right about here. You notice he gets awfully close to the fire pit. And so he's right there, and that's his action. They threw, so you'll get your action. So they already threw theirs. Let's do this right now. We don't have to do it right now because I don't want to finish this combat right now because we don't have time to do it. But we'll roll initiative for the next one. But Grot, you're right there. I'll give you. You can get your actions in if you want, but let's see. You probably get about 30 feet from where you're at if you wanted to move in.
I'm going to take up a defensive position. I'm moving towards where the badger went. I'm going to move between that table and that box where the badger is.
Table and the box.
Yep, and I'm readying my sword for any kind of sword rushes, and I'm allowing the other companions to come in.
So you're moving there. Okay.
And I'll ready in action as far as like I'll two strikes on anything that comes near me.
Okay, Blodgett, you're right about where you're at right now, and you see Grot moving that way.
Okay, I will move over to the side of Blodgett.
Move over
or to the side of Grot. Move Blodgett over to the side of Grot.
Right here.
If I can get on the other side of him, that would be great. If not,
by the table or the box.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so you get this far, and I'll tell you why you get that far. Aldemar steps in and looks like he's readying an arrow. Actually, I should say he moves in. He's already got, because I'm thinking trying to think like TJ here.
Yeah.
He
Moves
totally
in
ready in action
and draws an arrow and fires at. Well, he can't hit this guy because this is blocking. Remember, these are like piled on top of each other right here.
Right.
Line of sight.
All right, so draws a bow and fires at this guy over here, and manages to hit this weirboar over here, but it sticks in the weirboar. And it doesn't phase the weirboar whatsoever. He's got an arrow that's like kind of stuck like right into his chest, and he like nothing happened. And Duncan comes in with his hammer ready to go.
He has a magic hammer too.
Now, the reason why Blodgett cannot move any further is because we got those guys on guard, and now we're going to go and drop these good fellows in. The hobgoblins you didn't see, who were hiding behind all of the stacks of gear.
Well, that's just fucking great.
Now you've got a hobgoblin right behind you as you move over that way. Blodgett stops in his tracks as you're getting to that point. And you guys are right where you're at. So these are the positions of each of the hobgoblins at this stage right here. And they are picking up hand axes as well to throw at you. So we'll take care of that when we come back for the next round.
All right. That's going to suck balls.
Where you're at, and this is you do not hear a bloody thing, Mr. Gray.
All the way around the hall. We're gonna show up and find everybody being roasted on a spit.
Oh, and Rothos gets down to the
Fucking
next
dead.
one over here.
Jesus.
Isn't that where the woman was cooking
That's
the
what the
stuff?
orc matron was, and you don't see the orc matron in there at this point.
Can we just say I'm going to go check that one door I haven't checked?
Which one? Here?
Yeah, there.
That's where you came out of, where the cloaker was. That's where it's a very heavy, dark black door that has been sealed up behind you.
So what you're saying is there's no other door to get into that eating area.
I didn't say that.
Well, I
didn't say that.
Oh, I guess I heard a door slam. So.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you are right there. There's not the orc matron that was here is no longer there, but all the stuff is still there. I mean, the desk is still there as you go in, and there's the bed that's there, and you're still sparkling like a happy little elf.
Do I hear any of the noises? This voices?
Nope. You are like several walls.
There was a door, and I'm trying to find the door.
You found this door that you already knew was there. Gray, I'm gonna push you up just a touch more to give you like actions to go, and Lupo is you guys are just kind of casually walking back. All right, so that's good enough for now. Let me save where we're at.
Can we hear anything?
Nope, not from where you're at right now.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
And I definitely don't hear anything.
Not yet.
Rod has yet to begin to curse.
That's right.
That's where you guys are at right now, and we'll leave it there.
All right, cool.
All right.
This massive and probably retarded battle where we get our asses handed to us. We'll
All
pick
right,
up on next session.
This is gonna be good next session.
It'll be a good one, yeah.
I still have some some healing.
I was kind of concerned. I'm like, I wonder if these guys are gonna like split the party up, and I wonder if
we did.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
we did.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to win by your wits.
Indeed.
All right, that's it.
All right, everyone.
Good
Everyone, thank you, Rational DM, for DMing for us as always.
And
pleasure.
if somebody doesn't meme Rothos as a 5-foot-tall gnome in purple with a sparkling and a wand in his hand, I will be very disappointed.
Right. I'm sure we can count on Bull Rush or someone of his ilk to come up with something. All right, everyone. This has been Masking Geek number 150 live stream D&D game session 26. As always, it's been a pleasure having you join us. Guilty. It's a pleasure having you join us as always. the ones who are in the chat now and the listeners and watchers later on. Until next time, keep the fires burning, keep the lead flying down range, and do not ever take any wood nickels. Everyone, Rollo, take us out with a soundbite.
Hey, y'all.
Oh, there you go.
Congratulations.